everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. I have a new wig that I want to review for you today, but before we get started, I just want to make a couple things clear. First of all the wigs that I review, I purchase with my own funds. I have had 2 wigs that have been provided to me by vendors for my reviews. The first one was from Pretty Wigs to You. It was John Renault Parker. The second wig is the one I'm going to be reviewing for you today. Sometimes there's this misconception that just because we do wig reviews that we get our wigs for free. That's not the case. I have purchased every single wig for my wig reviews except for the 2 that I just mentioned. My reviews are always honest. I don't care if they send me $1,000 wig, which I would love that, by the way. I'm just joking. But even if they did, I would not give a false statement on that wig. I would not say it was good if it wasn't, because I wouldn't want somebody dropping their money on a wig that isn't worth it. So I just wanted to make that clear. Besides these 2 wigs, my money has purchased all of the other wigs, and trust me, there is not an income coming in from my videos. There's a very, very small amount return that I get on doing this. I'm really doing this just to help people. And I just wanted to kind of make that clear because there's been some weird drama going on in the wig world lately. Believe it or not, it's kind of crazy. But anyways, let's talk about the wig that I'm going to review today. This was provided to me from the Wig Company. I've never purchased a wig from them before, and they offer brand name wigs that you can buy. But one of the things that they also do is they have their own exclusive collection. And this collection is a budget-friendly collection. When they asked me to pick a wig from there, I was kind of concerned with it being budget-friendly because I wasn't for sure what I was going to get. Picked out a wig, I got it. I had it on once, very quick, for some before pictures, and now I'm going to review it. I have not messed with it except for taking the tags off from it. Now, again, this came from the Wig Company, and all of the information on this wig and the links to the Wig Company and the links to their exclusive line will be in the description box. So always make sure you expand that for that information. Okay, the wig that I picked out is called Fascinating, and the color is 1488H. I wanted to say R, but it's not. It's 1488H. This is a dark blonde base with some pale golden blonde highlights in it. But honestly, I think there's some ashier blonde highlights through this too. So here is the color. And you can see it is a warmer tone, and it does have some golden highlights in there, but I can pick up those more pale highlights through there. But overall, I would say this is a more warm tone. I was completely unfamiliar with these colors, so this was just like a guess. And it's a nice color. Let me tell you what it compares to. It compares to John Renault Venice Blonde. For those of you that would be wondering, I think it's almost a dead match, personally. Okay, so just a comparison to a brand name wig that maybe some of you are more familiar with. Let's talk about the cap construction on this. This is a budget-friendly wig. I want to tell you, this wig, if you went to the website right now to purchase it, is $94, which is not a bad price at all. So I was concerned what this wig was going to be like. The cap construction is pretty basic. It's a wefted cap. It does not have an extended nape, but it does have the Velcro ear adjusters, which I like this. The ear tabs are they're thin and light. They're not a real thick, heavy ear tab. I really like their ear tabs. The top of it is going to be your basic crown, okay? So there's nothing in here where you can part that wig from one side to another. You're not going to be able to pluck a part out on this. And just to show you the difference, this would be like a full mono top. So it's the lace all the way back, and you can pluck the parts out in there, just like I did on this one, to make it more realistic. You are not going to be able to pluck a part on this wig. And it does have a very small lace front. Okay. The fibers on this, they're nice. There is nothing that feels budget friendly about these fibers. They feel really good. They do not feel any different to me than a John Renault, an Estetica, an Ellen Villa. They're very nice. Now, how this holds up over time, I don't know. I can only give you like what it feels like right out of the box. All right, so let's go ahead and put it on. Just went with my hat today to make it an easier transition and one less wig that I have to talk about. Okay, so just like any wig out of the box, you're gonna have box hair. It's gonna be kind of crazy, which can be a frustrating thing about wigs, because this out of the box does not look anything like the stock photo. But in fairness, what wigs do? I mean, seriously, we buy a wig based on the stock photo and we get it. And we forget that those wigs were kind of professionally styled prior to them photographing them. All right, so let's talk about the top here. Again, it does not have the part. So it is going to look a little more wiggy through the top there. That's what I say on all of the wigs that are just your basic caps. It's not just this particular brand. There is also permatease in that area, which is typical. It's not an overwhelming amount of permatease. You can see I'm running my fingers through this wig pretty good, and it's not shedding or doing anything crazy. The cap is very comfortable on my head. It fits me. This is an average size, and I would say this compares very similar to a John Renault wig or a Ellen Villa wig. Maybe a little bigger than an Ellen Villa wig. But Ellen Villa can be crazy too with their cap sizes. It is definitely smaller than an Estetica cap size. Because I wear so much John Renault, I would say this is the most comparable to a John Renault average cap. Okay, let's talk about the lace front. Remember when I showed you there was just a little bit of a lace front here, which gives you the ability to brush your hair up and away from your face and make it look like a natural hairline. So even though you don't have the part here, sometimes these basic lower budget wigs don't even provide a lace front. It's just your basic cap, and so you can't pull your hair away from your face. And this has a lace front, and honestly, it's a really nice lace front. It really is. The knots are not heavy in there. There's not an excessive amount of lace. The lace is not shiny and real noticeable. Honestly, it's a really nice lace front. Now, when you pull it back, you see how fine it is right there. But as soon as you get back into the wefted part, it gets thick at the root. Like right in here, it's heavy in there. I would go in and thin this out right at the base to take a little bit of that permatease out of there. Okay, now the sides come down kind of over your ear in some wispy layers. And the bangs, they kind of remind me, they're not quite as long as the sides. They kind of have a curtain bang effect. And it's really lifting up here because of it being so thick. We can fix that too. It has some nice layering, although it's a little heavy, but it's not bad. This side has a lighter, wispier feel to it. Okay, now the back. Let me do a spin for you. The back, honestly, the back needs some shaping. It's a little long and it's a little heavy. So right back in here, they got some long layers. And I think this could be shaped up just a little bit more. And the back is longer than what the sides are. I always say it has like somewhat of a mullet effect to it. But this, because these ear tabs are quite thin, like they're not really thick and bulky and heavy like some ear tabs can be, it's very easy to put this behind your ear, like very easy. You ever have that wig that is heavy or it has the thicker, kind of bulkier ear tabs, and you just feel like when you put your hair behind your ear, it's all ear tabs? You don't get that with this. It's pretty easy, and it lays nice and flush to your head, and you don't feel like the hair's like wants to pop back out. It goes behind the ear and it stays really nice. So if you do like the longer back, you could, you know what? I got to get this messed up. It's been in the box for a while. Normally I shake the wig, but I'm not going to take it back off again. This does just as good of shaking the wig. Getting your hands in there and getting it kind of just loosened up away from the cap. And it becomes chaos before it gets good again. But it really does help. Now you do have to make sure that you're not doing this to a wig that you may possibly want to return. Everybody has different return policies on what you can do. Some vendors, if you shake the wig, or do what I'm doing, you are not going to be able to return it. Let me get my comb here. Now there is some shine on this wig, but again, I don't think that's any different from the other vendors that I purchased from. Venice Blonde from John Renault, the color that I think this represents the closest to, is shiny too when I get it. Okay, so now let's just look at some styling options with this. You can have like a longer bang here and put this behind your ear, and you could smooth this out and make it a little longer. Same thing over here. And you could probably modify those bangs just a little bit more if you wanted to. I kind of want to get that. It sort of has a zigzag part in there. And a zigzag part can sometimes make the wig look fake. And when you have a basic top, you do kind of want to mess that part up just a little bit more. You can bring some more bangs to one side if you wanted to give it more of a side sweep. And these fibers are moving pretty good when I'm changing them around like that. I think I'm going to put some more behind my ear. See how nice and flat that ear tab is? It's hardly, like, it barely exists. I think this is a very nice feature on this wig. All right, so you could wear it kind of sleek, kind of fluff up the back, pull it behind your ears. I gotta comb out this back. I think I got some fibers stuck up under my neck. Okay, oops, of course I'm gonna drop something. So here is a cute style with this wig without even adding any heat and not doing a lot of manipulation to it. And I don't even have any product with it. Okay, now I want to show you how I'm going to thin this right here. I'm going to show you right now. I want to get in at the base here. I can feel the permatease in there, and I want that to thin out. So I'm not going to thin here. Thinning here is not going to solve my problem. The bulk and the heaviness is at the root. So I'm going to grab my thinning shears like this, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to get right at the base of this, okay? And I'm just going to kind of pulse right at the base. I'm not taking out a ton. What I'm doing, let me grab my comb, is I'm grabbing at some of that permatease, and you can see it coming out. Okay, and thinning out that permatease right there, you want to just do a little bit at a time. You don't want to do a ton because you can always go back in and do more. So when I feel this, and the thing about permatease is you can't see the bulk like I can feel it, if that even makes sense. But I'm getting right there at the root, and I'm just kind of pulsing in there. I'm really close to the cap. And I can already feel a difference with it at the cap area. It's not so thick right there. Okay, so that is a way to help thin out a wig that is heavy with permatease. Now, what I think I want to do with this wig, to be honest, is when I see this wig, I'm going off from what the stock photo was. The stock photo looked more like a bob, more one length. I wasn't expecting the back to be as long. So what I'm seeing with this is I almost want to take this length off from the back here and blend it into my sides. Just going to kind of fold it up to show you what I mean. And then kind of mess with this a little bit more and have more of a shorter bob is what I'm thinking. And some of these curls, they kind of, flip out. You can do what you want to do. I'm actually going to tuck these fibers up as much as I can because I'm picturing more of a bob. Can you see how I'm doing that there? That's what I'm seeing. And I think just a little bit of heaviness would have to come out of that area there. But that's what I'm picturing more, is kind of a bob like that. And then the same thing over here. I think this is longer. Yeah, this piece is a little longer, so I would have to fix that. Or I would keep it at first to see if I like it, and then thin some of this out through there and kind of get into a bob like this, is what I'm thinking. Now you can, because it is the lace front, you can take this and also clip it back, where you could not do this with a basic cap. So this is a cute option too. I could also probably braid this in that French braid like I do at times and pin it over to the side. This is a nice wig. Okay, is it going to be my personal favorite? Is it going to be my go-to wig? Probably not, but this is a wig that I will wear. It's winter time. Okay, I could throw this on with my hat and run out to the store also. Because sometimes I go with this hat and I just bald head underneath there. Or I could throw this on and make it work. I would probably pull this away from my hair or my bangs, because this then kind of takes away from the lack of a mono part there. But there's a lot of movement in this wig. There's a lot of options. This right here is what you see. It's too much. It's like, hi, the back of my hair grew faster than my sides. And I've got a wavy, kind of thicker mullet back there. I mean, you could almost put it into a little, there's so much hair, you could actually put it into like a little ponytail. And I think that just needs to be shaped up. So here is my initial review on Fascination. Not Fascination, Fascinating, by the Wig Company. Again, this is their exclusive line. Be sure to expand the description box for all the details on this. And I don't have time to do a lot of modifications on this today, but I'm going to come back to this and I will follow up with you with this wig so you can see how it looks when I'm done. You could actually add like a root in here too to help, you know, kind of hide the basic cap there. But if you're someone who is in need of your first wig and financially you're struggling, look into this brand. I think this is a great product line for your first wig to try out. There are some heat-friendly wigs available too. There's some longer ones. There's some shorter pixie ones. This is just the one that I picked, and I think it's very, very doable. And honestly, I think it would also be something that you could take to a stylist and just say, can you trim this up for me and blend it into my sides? And they would be able to do that. With it costing under $100, even if you paid $30 for the haircut, and I know every state and location is different with haircut prices, but you probably are still going to be under $150 for a wig. This one is not a heat-friendly wig. I prefer non-heat-friendly wigs. I think they last a little longer and have less maintenance. But I'm glad they sent this to me. I'm glad I was able to review it for you, because I do think this is going to be a nice option for some people who need a wig and are not sure where to turn and don't have the financial means to maybe invest into a brand name wig. Okay, so thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so that you get all of the follow-ups, especially to this wig. And there's also a link to my Facebook page, Rachel's Wig Reform, and that is where I post a lot of before and after pictures also. Okay, everyone, we'll talk with you soon.